and Mark Jennison getting ready to rock and roll off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We're underway. And as they head down off of turn number 2, it is Brightman setting the pace down the backstretch.
Mike Brightman starting on the point and hopes not to fall from that position. He's had a couple really good runs this year. Trill trying to put together that first win of the season. Brightman leads the way down through 1 and 2.
Down the backstretch, and Spencer trying to work his way into second, but he's got the 22 machine of Jennison up on the outside, holding strong early on as they cross the stripe, wheel to wheel from second on back, while Brightman sets the pace off of turn number 2.
Down the back they go. It's going to be the 0. Spencer on that bottom lane in the second spot. Has trouble up to the outside is Jennison looking to make work on that number 0. Sits in that third spot. Mark Jennison loses it just a little bit. Loose off the last couple of corners there. Here comes Estrella down to the bottom.
Dylan Estrella up to third. Rick Martin right there behind as the 22 of Jennison now squeezes down into that inside lane as they roll down the back straightaway. Here comes Ryan Kuhn down to the inside of Martin, down through 3 and 4. They make a little bit of contact as they race off of 4. It is Kuhn on the move down low.
Down the back they go, down into off turn number 2. It's Ryan Kuhn getting up on the rear bumper. Mark Jennison behind him, a battle between Rick Martin and Tom Scully Jr. They're side by side battling for position across the stripe into turn number 1.
Down the back stretch, field stretching itself out just a little bit as Dave Darling closes right up on the back bumper of Dylan Estrella. Takes a peek down to the inside. They roll down into 1 and 2. Estrella shuts the door down into the corner, and now they come down the back straightaway, single file. Kuhn breaks free in 5th.
Kuhn up to 5th, 6th place is Tom Skilly Jr. The battle is on for 7th. Radical Rick Martin down to the bottom of Mark Jennison. They're side by side in the corner. Jennison just can't find the feeling on that number 22 as he continues to drift back. A tough night for him so far.
Deep in the field, 2 rookies going, trying to work their way up through the pack. The 76 of Tyler Tomasi sliding by the 47 of Dick Benoit and the 48 of Jacob Burns taking that spot away up front. Dave Darling picks off the 46 of Dylan Estrella and starts to put his sights on the 0 of Kenny Spencer down the back straightaway.
Down the back they go, and it turns 3 and 4. Brightman still holds a comfortable lead over Kenny Spencer, but here comes Dave Darling in that third spot, looking to close in on Spencer as they roll through 1 and 2. He's right there, less than a car length away.
Takes a peek down to the inside, gets a run in down low. Spencer keeps him tight off of 4. They get very close off the corners, and Darling is on a charge. He looks for second, now sets his sights on Brightman down the back straightaway.
Down through 3 and 4 they go. Mike Brightman continues to lead the way, but now he has to race in front of the 7-time champion Dave Darling as Darling already starts to close that gap into 1 and 2. The battle on behind him though. Ryan Kuhn fights up on underneath the 0 of Spencer. He'll jump up into that 4th spot off turn number 4.
Yeah, Ryan Kuhn really running strong. The Alan Kowicki Development Program driver has worked himself up into 4th on the field as they roll down the back straightaway, right up on the back bumper of Dylan Estrella. The Kenny Spencer machine is dropped into the 5th spot with Scully sitting 6th.
Down the back they go, approaching Ted Urquhart here. Brightman and Darling both dive low as Darling continues to close that gap. About 2 car lengths now behind Brightman. Make it 1 car length as he had a great front into turn number 1. Dave Darling looking to chase down your leader.
Closes right up on the back bumper of Brightman as they roll off of turn number 4 and across the stripe for lap number 17. And Brightman trying to regain control down the back straightaway. Brightman and Darling run nose to tail down into turn number 3. Darling takes a look to the outside off of 4.
Big time power move from Dave Darling going right to the outside, not even trying to find a race on the bottom. Darling up to the outside of Brightman as they race down the back into turn number 3. Can he make that move? A good run off turn number 4, but Brightman holding strong on the bottom lane down into 1.
Brightman strong down low, but Darling trying to climb that ladder off the back straightaway as they go into turn number 3. 20 down, 20 to go this time across the stripe, and Brightman continues to hold off the challenges. Meanwhile, while they race side by side, Dylan Estrella, little by little, is closing in the gap. Darling says, let me try the inside, gets a run down into 3 and 4. Dave Darling takes control at lap number 21.
Darling to the point now. Brightman has to play catch-up right on that rear bumper here, but Darling with a good run off turn number 2 opens up that lead into 3 and 4. Darling now sets his sight on what's in front of him, and that's open racetrack. He needs to try to pull away from Brightman as quick as he can.
Ryan Kuhn gets a run down the 46, looking for that third position down into turn number 3. They go into the corners, give the advantage to Kuhn as he is up to third now. Estrella back to fourth. Tries a crossover move off of turn number 2. Settles it back in down the back stretch.
Off the corner is your leader, Dave Darling, approaching lap traffic here as he leads Mike Brightman. A couple car lengths from Brightman back to Ryan Kuhn, another one back to Estrella, another one back to Spencer, and another one back to Tom Scully Jr., your top 6. Riding off turn number 4 right now.
Down across the stripe they come. 25 laps are complete. Dave Darling in control and pulling away from the field. They roll down into 3 and 4 one more time. Kuhn is closed up on this 27 of Brightman. Looks to make a challenge there to get up into the top 2.
Off the back they go. Brightman gets down underneath Simpson here. Ryan Kuhn's closed in. Right on the rear bumper of Brightman as they roll off turn number 4. The Everett's Auto Parts, number 72. Ryan Kuhn looking to hop up into that second position off turn number 2.
Down the back stretch they go, still nose to tail, deeper in the pack. You see the 2 rookies going at it. Burns on the outside, Tomasi down low as they race off the corner. That is the fight for the 13th and 14th position. Give it to Tomasi as he takes that spot away.
Dave Darling takes down the 47 of Cabral there. Is going to move into that position as behind him that battle for second still heating up. Ryan Kuhn right of the rear bumper of Mike Brightman. Now gets the nose underneath as they race down through 3 and 4. Can Kuhn open that door? He does. Coming off turn number 4, Ryan Kuhn takes second away on that lap. Looks to clear Brightman to 1 and 2. He does. Ryan Kuhn to second.
Kuhn up into the second position and now has the heavy task of trying to close in on Dave Darling, and I don't think you're going to take away that focus between he and Dave. 9 laps to go. That time across the stripe. Make it 8 when he crosses this time. Darling with a 1.9 second advantage that last lap. Now it sits at 1.9. It did not change a bit as they roll down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Ryan Kuhn right now is just hoping for a caution flag to bunch up the field here and see what he can do to get past the 52 of Darling. Dave Darling on an island of his own down the back here, approaching Jacob Burns for another car. He can put a lap down as he races across the stripe into turn number 1. 34 laps through this feature event.
Burns slides up the racetrack and lets Darling slide through with no issues. Tomasi just in front as he is getting looser and looser as the race goes on in that black and gold number 76, the Tomasi Law Associates machine. Can he hold on as Darling closes right up on the back bumper? 4 laps to go this time across the stripe.
Down into turn number 1, your leader goes. That is Dave Darling. Ryan Kuhn about half a straightaway behind him in second place. Battle is on now for third. Mike Brightman trying to hold on to that podium finish, but Dylan Estrella is right there in his rear bumper. Off turn number 4 they come. They're going to battle it out hard for that third spot.
Estrella takes a peek to the outside, drops down to the bottom off of turn number 2, trying to cross over as we've got 2 laps to go. Darling in control, has worked himself through some lap traffic, a little bit more ahead. Doesn't look like that's going to slow down the 7-time champion as he rolls through 3 and 4 with the white flag high in the air.
White flag for your leader, Dave Darling. He rolls down through turns 1 and 2. Down the back he goes. Lap cars in front of him, not going to be in his way. Dave Darling rolls through 3 and 4.
Checkered flag high in the air. Dave Darling picks up another win in 2021 and puts a timestamp on the championship. Second place going to Ryan Kuhn. Dylan Estrella just edging out the 27 of Mike Brightman at the stripe. And how about that? Back in Everett's Auto Parts victory lane once again here tonight. How about a round of applause for your 7-time and defending champion and your points leader, Dave Darling. Dave, congratulations. Tonight was a night it didn't look like you were going to be denied at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those nights where everything kind of worked out. Green to checker, inside start spot, and everybody races real clean. That shows you green to checker. A lot of respect out there. I think there was a couple other divisions that might have went green to checker. It was actually, I think, a clean, fast night of racing.
It definitely was. Tell us about that drive through the field. You tried, and then you got to the front. You tried Mike on the outside, and it looked like you just had trouble on that second groove.
Yeah, it was probably 2.5, third groove, somewhere around there. I'm not really sure, but it's tough to tell when you're out there. So it was one of those, like I said, well, you know, if he's going to protect the bottom, I'll try the outside, and then that didn't work, and we were able to get underneath him coming off a 2 there. You know, he was pretty quick. I mean, you know, real fast, and sometimes these green to checkers help some, hurt some. So, you know, I'm not sure, you know, where he ended up, but you know, I got to thank everybody on the team, the crew, the track for all their hard work. Fan appreciation night, Diane for all the hard work she put into fan appreciation, fans on parade, and the pit party and everything. If it was up to me, you wouldn't have had the cars and the flags and all that. So that goes to her. So thank you very much, and for everybody. And Jeff Bellier, always giving me a fast car. Ronnie Pond, Gary Johnson, my father, everybody that's a piece of this. Tommy, Kevin Callanan, Kevin Rodriguez. Got to thank everybody for the help.
Congratulations, a great run. Welcome back to Everett Auto Parts Victory. A lot of applause for our top 3 of the Pro Stocks, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Estrella finishing 3rd, Ryan Kuhn finishing 2nd, and picking up another win, Dave Darling.